and their bureaucracy. I mean, they're looking at, look at how much it takes to get you to beg for a license. That's what it's going into. And if you stop feeding this thing, if you start taking control of it, you stop feeding the beast that you're complaining about anyways. And that's the best way to fight it. Just stop feeding it.
Stats Canada does the calculations.
For what?
Everything.
For the number of people in here, and it'd be easy enough. I mean, from what I understand, we're worth a couple of trillions of dollars, hundreds of trillions of dollars, really. And that's just what we have easily accessible within the next 10 or 20 years. If you look at the full thing, I mean, we're totally rich. We're immeasurably rich.
Can you go up to...
Yes, I can.
an office and find out the present value of that bond?
This has been something that a lot of people have been trying to do,
right.
And yet the best way to do it is with a notice of understanding and intent and a claim of right, and you apply the value to it.
Yeah, if they don't respond.
Why not?
Can you take control of the administration of that account?
Absolutely.
How so?
It's only your representative doing it. It's your fiduciary agent doing it, your fiduciary trustee. They're acting with power of attorney. You fire them, and you lay claim. The problem is this. People put money into it, essentially. They want a safe place to put their money. They don't really care about the interest. They just want to know it's going to be there in 10 years. This is a safe place to put it because you're not personally in charge of your own account. It's kind of like you have a mat and they're all tied together. Because it's working as one cohesive thing, it's a safe place because one will support all the others. You cut yours off, you might have claim to that, but then they might say, okay, well, I want my money back now.
Right, okay.
You've used the word trustee. Would you mind explaining? I think I understand it already because I've heard it explained before, but because you've used that word 2 or 3 times, could you maybe explain to them that the act of the trust, they've actually set this up as a trust structure?
Yeah, it's a trustee account. A trustee essentially has the highest duty of care, either in law or equity, to the person that they're acting for. They are given something of value, either something in financial or a right. It can be either something tangible or intangible, but they're holding it, ensuring that when you come back and say, here, give that back to me, it will be in the exact same state that when they gave it to you. This is why when you have to apply, say, for you want to upgrade your house, you got to go get a permit to do additions. The reason is you registered this property with someone who is now a trustee, and you put them in a position where they have to ensure that they can give it back to you in the state that you gave it to them. It's like if you're a trustee of, say, someone's record collection. Yes, you can listen to it. Yes, you can use it like it's your own. But one scratch on it, you're liable. So you're better off really just putting it aside and not even touching it. You do have the right to access it and use something as your own, but when someone comes and asks for it back, it better be there ready for them. This is the trustee relationship. Am I close?
Yeah, it just the trust is actually you. You are a part of that trust. Like the trust has 3 separate entities to it: the trustee, the benefactor, and
and it can actually only have 2. A trust you can have a trustee and a trustor, where one is just trusting another. Hi, I'm leaving for a bit. Here's my kitten. Feed him, take care of him, kind of thing.
Hey Rob, we were talking last week, and I wouldn't mind getting this on tape. How it works that you can drive a car without license, ownership. And
First, stop using the word drive. The term drive implies that you are engaging in commerce on the highway. You aren't engaging in commerce on the highway unless you're a taxi driver or you're engaging in carriage or you're delivering pizzas or something. Otherwise, you're just traveling. Well, the trick that they get you to do is, again, you voluntarily register your automobile. It now becomes a motor vehicle, and now you can be a driver and you can make money on the highway. But you don't have to do that. If your automobile is not registered, and you, again, do it under a claim of right, do that with a foundation of a notice of understanding and intent, and your automobile is not a motor vehicle, it's not covered under the Motor Vehicle Act, and therefore you're not bound by that Motor Vehicle Act, and you're not a driver. Historically, a driver was engaging in commerce.
What if your vehicle is registered? Is there any way to unregister?
Yes. Anyone?